Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll. And on the hill, the lefty, Brandon Williamson.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. It's Singy against the southpaw on the mound. The skipper's loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
Here's Mike Trout. One down, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. And one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
One out. Runner at second. Here's Joe Adele. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at second. That one misses. It's 2-2. On the ground, out to short. Tosses to first. Got the out. Jorge Soler up at the plate.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Runner at second, 2 down. Squirts away a little bit. Tag, see! He's into third on the wild pitch.
Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it. Gets to third base, now just 90 feet away.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And we're back. Getting the nod on the mound, number 58.
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
High fly ball out towards left center. Trout squeezes it, and there's one away. Here's the lineup for the Reds. And Chris, here we have a deep and talented lineup against a pitcher who's not exactly among the league's best.
Well, this is when you can make your money as a hitter, and I'm expecting them to put up plenty of offense in this one. When you got a lineup this stacked, It's a tough job to keep him in check for any pitcher. We'll see what kind of fireworks they can provide here.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 2.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Now, Ellie De La Cruz on the ground to first, and it finds its way through for a hit, and that extends the inning. Now the Reds cleanup hitter. Two outs.
Oh, 2-1.
There goes Ellie. And that is out of play. Move to first. De La Cruz dives back in safely. Runner goes again. Down the line. On the move towards foul ground. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. De La Cruz off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll do it. Reds leave 1. We played an inning. No score. Back here in Cincinnati. Second inning set to go. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Shanuel. That one ripped. And a quick out number 1.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And a curve is down and in.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Cut on and missed. Good changeup right there. It's 2-2. Clyde Washington doing the umpiring behind the dish in this one. Sometimes considered a bit of a pitcher's umpire, Singy.
He likes the low ball, which traditionally favors pitching, but you know, hitters today are pretty good at dropping their barrel down, so we'll see how it goes in this one. Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
3-2. Payoff pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
And that's a fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here comes Yohan Moncada, and that drops in for a strike.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Great American Ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. At the plate, Eugenio Suarez. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-1.
That 2-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. It's 1-0.
He just sparked this home crowd in a big way. What a swing. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit.
Nope, I'll do.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Now a screamer into the outfield. One away.
Batting seventh, catcher
Tyler Stevenson, the next to hit for the Reds. And the pitch. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
There's a swing and a drive. And in one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. Into second, and he's got a double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Now batting Key Brian Hayes. That missed by a lot. Counts full, 3-2. TJ Friedel on deck for Cincinnati. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
TJ Friedel, the next to hit for the Reds. 2 on, 2 outs. And a ball evens the count. Got him. Good job at damage control right there. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's a speed threat, number 22. Next offering is in for a strike. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Just missed. (3-1), and he couldn't come up with it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
And now batting, Mike Trout. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Outstanding job behind the dish to catch him right there trying to steal. Really quick catch and throw. Set up with great footwork. Man, he popped out of that crouch. Threw a laser down to second base. Nice job.
1-2 now. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. And next for the Angels, Joe Adell. Here's a 1-1. And that's in for a strike. But Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Got him. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. The runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Reds 1 and the Angels nothing. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Now the number 2 hitter, Spencer Steer. Ground ball left side. Moncada tossed to first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting.
In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. 1 out, bases empty. That misses the zone, and the count 2-1. That one missed. Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. This one could be trouble. And that's going to roll to the wall. And that's a double.
He was all over that one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's the second baseman. Here's a 1-1. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. Stop sign goes up at 3rd. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
Runners at the corners here. 1 away. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Swing and a miss at a slider.
1-2.
Corners are occupied with 2 down. Line to left. And a base hit right there. In comes the runner from 3rd. It's an RBI single. It's 2-0.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
First and second, 2 outs. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Tyler Stevenson. And there's a foul ball. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the last half of the third. And a breaking ball misses outside.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
That one outside. And it's a full count. MLB Marte up next for the Reds. Hit in the air out to center field. Trout is there. Nabs it. And that is the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And set to lead off the fourth, Jorge Soler. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Strike 3 on the foul tip. And next for LA, Nolan Schanuel. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. That misses, and the count's even at 2.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits. 1
down, base is empty. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely. If he's doing damage now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the fourth.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
There's a river in a valley headed towards me. I cut my coolers, got my head back and it flowing. Keep it rolling,
and we've got ourselves a pitching change. Ryan Zephyr-John.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, MLB Marte. And that's off the inside edge. 2-1. Activity in the bullpen. Sean Anderson, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Suter, a left-hander, also throwing. And a 2-1 on the way. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Next for Cincinnati, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Next pitch is outside. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That one in for a strike, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights it off. He'll see another. strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
And delivers outside. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, left fielder.
In now for the Reds, Spencer Steer. There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, safe.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike 3. 1 hit, 1 left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Reds 2 and the Angels nothing.
Yeah, you know it's me. You can't stop my shine. I'm just doing me. Yeah, I'ma take a pic for them all to see. Catch me on the scene, looking super clean.
Ready now for the 5th inning. And now, Logan O'Hoppe.
Leading off from
It's interesting. He plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
That one not close. Now 2-2. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
now batting, third baseman, Yohan Moncada.
Here is Moncada. Moncada rips one deep right field. Marte going back, pulls it in on the warning track.
Now batting, left fielder, right fielder.
Now the left fielder. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Missed inside with the curve.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
That one misses. 3-1.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Next offering is in for a strike. Man at first, one away. Hit on the ground, might be two. Feed to second, that's one. On the low, it's a double play. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Reds 2 and the Angels nothing. Back here in Cincinnati, bottom of the inning, and the batter will be the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
So here's a fun note on Ellie. He became the youngest player in high A ball to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game, and it gets better. He did it again 2 games later. Those are the type of games that tend to get you promoted in the minors.
So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter. One now. And it's fouled away. One down, base is empty. That one down the line. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Next offering misses down and away. Fought off foul. Now all even up. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We're through 5. It's the Reds 2 and the Angels nothing. So a young arm coming on now out of the pen, Connor Phillips.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
So the lineup flips over, and here is Zach Neto. Ball to strike. That one fouled off. Next one misses. The count now 2-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tony Santillan up and throwing. Mole also throwing. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. High fly ball out into left center field. Friedel makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, center fielder, Mike Trout.
Here's Trout. The Angels down by a pair, and we're the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Adell. And that one is lifted in the air, Marte. And that is that. So they make short work of them there. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Reds 2 and the Angels nothing. Back here at Great American Ballpark, bottom of the 6th. And here's the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. The 1-1. Action in the Angels bullpen. Jordan Romano, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Not close with that one. 2-2. That's
3
down and
balls.
in.
2 strikes.
Swung on, belted. That's back. And that one is off the batter's eye. Wow, out of here. All muscle to center field, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Tyler Stevenson digs in now. In there. And so now 1-2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And now the right fielder, MLB Marte. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. One down, base is empty. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
2 down, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Brian Hayes. Base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
But when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
And the batter now, TJ Friedel. Hayes, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Oh. 2 balls, 1 strike.
In the air, left field, and that's the 3rd out. 1 for the Reds on the homer. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show.
Just some whips we roll. Oh, always we know. Just some things we show.
New inning getting started, and now the DH, Jorge Soler. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call he probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
So digging in, Nolan Schanuel. Next offering down low and in the dirt. That's a little bit low. Fastball for a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. Marte puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now batting second baseman, Vaughn Grissom.
2 outs, base is empty. Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit for the Angels. The 2-1. Late on that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Fastball is outside. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And he walked him.
Well, he opted to go with the off-speed stuff on that 3-2 with the bases empty. Close pitch.
New pitcher for the Reds, Tony Santillan.
Tony Santillan.
Here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe.
With love in his eyes, he teaches something new.
That one pushed foul. Check on the runner, and he's back in there.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Makes the grab, and that is that. Nice work from the Cincinnati pen there. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Reds 3 and the Angels nothing. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jordan Romano.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Spencer Steer. And a swing and a miss there.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
And that's downstairs and outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Man at first, nobody out. Ellie De La Cruz now at the plate. Pickoff throw. Steer back on a dive. Yeah, that's fouled off. Steer aboard here at first with nobody out. The other way. Makes the grab, one down.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
And next will be the cleanup hitter.
In the background is a blind spot. Rolling dice and
Slider misses outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Runner takes off. He swings and fouls one off. Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Now it's the DH. Eugenio Suarez. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
2nd and 3rd, 1 away. Here the bottom of the 7th. That misses. Ball 2. Back up the, that got him. And they can't make the play, or run comes in to score. And now we'll see if he's okay on the mound. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boog.
Now batting, third baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in, it's off the mark, and he scores.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. It's hard to hit a baseball much better than that, and even a lot of professional hitters aren't able to reach an exit velo of 114 miles per hour. I'll tell you what, that's a very impressive swing of the bat.
Now the Angels manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Sean Anderson into the game.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Next for Cincinnati, Tyler Stevenson. Anderson ready to work. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. So 2 runs on 2 base hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. 8th inning coming up. It's the Reds 5 and the Angels nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here is Yoan Moncada. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And that one hops the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Now batting.
Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Here's the left fielder. The 1-1 is fouled off.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And the next pitch is way outside. The Cincinnati bullpen has some movement. Pierce Johnson up and throwing for Terry Francona. Burke getting cranked up as well. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Next offering is downstairs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now batting, shortstop, Zach Neto.
First and second, no outs. Zach Neto, the next to hit for the Angels. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Save! In comes the run from second. It's 5-1.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit. The next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
First and second here, no outs. That missed by a lot. And the count's full. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Adell. Two on, one out. Swinging a foul out of play. Good eye in that spot.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
And foul ball.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One out. Runners at first and second. Outside low. 3-2 now. And that'll load the bases.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout. Pierce Johnson gets the ball now.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Jorge Soler, the next to hit for the Angels. Tying run at the plate. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
So tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
The tying run at the plate. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Neto at second. Adele over at first with 1 away. Next offering upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Got him swinging.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And now Nolan Shanuel. Foul ball there. Pierce Johnson fires. Ground ball right side. Takes it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So it may be too little, too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. It's now 5-1. Back after this on the show. On to the bottom of the 8th. In now for the Reds, Key Brian Hayes. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
That one ripped. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. And into second with 1 away. That's a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Spencer Steer. Move to second, and he's back in safely. Outside low, 2-1. Late on that fastball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And it's filled up. One out, the runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Ellie De La Cruz will hit next. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And that's downstairs. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 left for Cincinnati. They're up 5-1. We go to the 9th. So in now for the Angels, Vaughn Grissom. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Line drive. And a superb diving catch.
That diving catch right there is the kind of play that just fires up the team, whether it's to make more great defensive plays or to get back in the dugout and swing the sticks.
He's 2 outs away. And here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. 1 down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Johnson fires. And that one is inside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
And that skips in the dirt. The Halos down by 4 here at the top of the 9th. In the air, left field, down the line, and it's just foul. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Now batting third baseman.
Man at first with 1 gone. Yoan Moncada, the next to hit. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Grounder might be 2. There's 1. Back to first, double play, and that's the ball game.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for this team today.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
That's a magic number. Yes, it is. It's the magic number. Somewhere in this hip-hop soul community.